baby.
The podcast, Montana
Sunshine,
podcast.
baby. Hey, baby.
Yo, shout out to
All right, we
everybody who
rolling.
joined us every week, man.
Yeah,
Bro, rat.
yeah.
This goes to y'all, man. Y'all make this happen. Hey, yo, topic tonight, Montana. What's the topic, bro?
Ladies' night.
What we talking about? What's on your ladies' night? All right.
That's such
Yeah.
an open.
It's ladies' night tonight, y'all.
Woo, ladies.
You'd like to know about us, ladies, Montana.
All right.
We
We ain't
about to
giving
get
away all our
real.
secrets.
We about to, because we got to figure out what's on y'all brains. I'm trying
Sure.
to pick that apart.
Everybody,
I like
don't be
that.
surprised when you hear Hefe speaking intellectually. I am
Well,
smart.
get out your
so I
notebooks
can
in, because
speak intellectually.
we ain't repeating ourselves.
You are beautiful.
Y'all not repeating yourselves.
Nuh-uh.
Really not.
You might got to. You dealing with men. Chill.
That's why I say write it down.
We know. Don't we know him?
Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's
Alright,
repeating
man.
yourself. You already said write it down.
So
She
when we
already-
start
Oh my God, Vanilla.
I love it. I love the
Yo.
ladies in here. Y'all ladies
as
are
you
pretty.
should.
Mhm.
Y'all could be a little toxic sometimes.
Sometimes.
No, you
That is not a good start.
Ladies, was
Sometimes.
that a good start to this show? That we are toxic? I heard that, Montana.
Yeah.
Oh, they stood up, Montana.
Oh,
We,
Yeah.
we outnumbered, bro. You can't be saying shit like
what
that.
was that?
Bro, I got scared. I was about to teleport.
They're about to rush the stage.
Hold up. Wait a
We are
minute.
toxic.
What he meant to say was that men can be toxic sometimes.
Men
Yes,
definitely
get some
toxic.
confetti for that, ladies.
Right.
Yeah, there are some good
Word.
guys there, though. You know.
I'm one of the good guys. And I got a show coming up
Montana's one of the
soon
good guys.
Mm-hmm.
for the love of Montana.
For the love of Montana, man. Let's get into that. Let's talk about this. So, yeah. So,
Big Granny and Tanny is hosting the show. And whoever want to be a testing on the show, y'all get your own rum. And
Sunshine
they
is
got
stuck.
a jacuzzi in there. And
I'm gonna pick the cast. I'm gonna pick the women for you.
and everybody fighting for love.
Sunshine is stuck.
all right. So when you say fighting for love, are they gonna be
For
like
me.
physically throwing fists? Oh,
No,
all right. But
What? Damn.
you know,
Wait.
talk.
How
lost the
you gonna
microphone,
fight then?
I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm
You-
the man.
you the man entree?
It's like flavor of love.
Flavor of
Oh,
love.
Lord.
hell no. You gonna be wearing this big old
Wait,
necklace too and
But
all
wait
that
a
shit?
minute. Flavor of Love was definitely popping. Don't do that now. And he lit. He lit on his. when it come to this.
Come on, that shit was definitely not popping.
Yes, it was.
That was one of the worst things to hit on TV.
Every damn week. Like these
No,
That
because
probably
no, y'all not
ended
gonna do it like
MTV's
that.
career
No,
right there.
chill.
Yeah.
It didn't. That was the monarch of love shows. What are you talking about?
What?
Come on. Like
The
I'm saying, like when it
monarch?
came for
The
somebody,
monarch
when it came
of
to
love
somebody,
shows.
when it came,
Oh,
What?
hell to the nah.
when it came to fighting for someone's love, what they wanted Flavor Flav for nothing. He literally is
I
out there
mean-
looking like the homeless man.
Wait, isn't that where
Yeah,
New
you're
York
right
was
about that.
born
You're
from?
fucking right about that, nigga.
Yeah, like
Wasn't New York born from Flavor of Love? Flavor of Love.
Yes,
Yeah, that New York
I
shit.
gotta give you a victory for that.
Yeah, he was out there.
I don't know
And you
about
gotta
that.
understand, like that had to be real love because he ain't had no.
Yeah.
money. He had all them
Fighting for
he had
him.
all them baby moms. It was not.
Oh, he looked like a
He
gremlin.
said, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Gremlin.
I'm gonna have to go on
He
mute for
did
that one.
look like a little gremlin, didn't he?
Well,
All right, man. So we fighting for Montana love though. He ain't home. He's not Flavor Flav. It was just a analogy.
Yeah.
He good
Euphemism.
people though. And they said they got a little crib put together, so it's gonna be like a little
Some
one of them little shows.
Well, the ladies
So-
want to be on there. Y'all got text
Montana.
Granny. Yep.
So what I would like to know is what is it that you're offering these women?
Yeah. What do you bring
Tell
to
us
the
about
table?
you, Montana. What are you bringing to the table, Montana?
My sexy looks. My handsome looks. And,
Okay, confidence. Okay.
and we go
Don't
take me
forget about that
out.
slow beating
She
heart.
pay my bills.
Slow
Pay my
beating.
cell phone
So he's got a
bill.
heart problem? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So she's gonna be taking care of him.
Don't do him like that.
I mean,
She's
for
gonna.
a
So
little
she
bit,
needs him to
maybe.
be a nurse.
Nah, so what you looking for? What you want? What you trying to find? Like, what type of girl you into?
A little short, a little
Mhm.
thick,
Okay.
and a
Short,
sweetheart.
thick. I think that's about half of them.
And a sweetheart. That's
Or
all.
pretty.
Is
or
he talking
pretty
about a
hygienic.
steak?
Okay, pretty.
Mom,
So
No,
pretty,
not no
short, and
steak.
fat.
Oh, okay.
You totally got Montana hooked.
Yeah,
Short and
man, you
thick.
definitely got him hooked.
Or
That's cool.
You said
That's
pretty
cool.
short.
it could be a little tiny.
that, he
It could
did.
be
That, he,
somebody
that is
tiny.
exactly what he said.
And short.
Oh, it can also be someone tiny.
I don't know.
Are we talking tiny
good.
like
No, it's got 5 minutes.
Midget.
It's size.
like they're gonna be on
Like
TLC channel doing a reality show tiny? Or are we
Like
talking
my
just
600-pound
No
life.
shape.
wear petite clothes?
See-
Okay.
So you plan on taking him out on a date
Yeah.
in real life?
Call
In real
me.
life, or just
Oh,
on a meta date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
real
Real
life?
life.
Buy my
if it-
Okay, ladies. So
Oh.
if you guys
Hope
want to
it
be,
make it-
involved in that selection process,
in real
let us
life.
know.
So
So
you-
Montana can get you in there.
I
like
I go
swimwear.
to the. I got a hot spot.
Hotel
I always
and all
go
that
to the
too?
comedy club.
Ooh, we talking about that hot spot. You're
Oh, I
already.
like
Got
it.
the hot
You don't
Oh,
want to give up
okay.
too much. You don't want to give up too much, Montana.
A hot spot.
Not all at
I
once.
ain't gonna give up too much because
They make
I'ma
they
save
make
it for the
creams for
show.
that.
Oh man. Wait.
Yeah, they got
wait.
medication for that, Montana.
Right?
Good boy.
Yeah.
Montana
What else we
good,
talking about
man.
over here?
What
The
else we
surgery
talking
should
about
take
over
care
here?
of all that.
Okay.
Not surgery.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about
You
that.
got.
Right
You're
now.
not gonna
No.
talk about. Okay.
But we're not
Right
gonna
now-
talk about.
right now.
Not surgery. Okay.
I'm having surgery soon.
Uh
Oh
oh.
man.
I'm be out for
Why
that.
don't you want to talk about
Yeah,
that,
what-
Montana?
A weekend.
We'll get.
I'm
What
gonna be
kind
out
of
for
What kind
like
of surgery
2
you having,
2 or 3
Montana? I know.
months.
You're
Yeah.
scared he's getting that
Is it a dangerous
cold
surgery?
iron heart out of
Yeah,
him.
because I'm having my
Montana's voice through the wire, stepping fresh through the fire. Podcast heat.
Really, Montana?
I'm getting my fibrillator replates.
We can't hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I need
God bless you
Good
in
luck.
that.
Good luck,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Prayers up. Prayers up, man.
Well, I'll keep
Wait.
you in prayer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Real right.
Really, I need you to
The show hasn't started.
That's why we got. Yeah. That's why we got.
That's how the show
Where,
gonna be.
where prayer warriors at? We got any prayer warriors in the audience?
any prayer boards.
That's right, BB.
I got one prayer warrior. Okay, man.
Right
Make
here.
you keep him in your
You got
prayers.
Nay over here.
Oh, and they over here. You know, I'm a prayer warrior myself. Raise
Pray
my
for
hand.
You better stay
Yeah,
prayed up.
me too.
You never
Prayed
know.
up. Prayed
You never
up.
know when. Whoa.
Oh, the mic
That's
came
gonna
back
be your
on the
time.
stage.
No, you good. Yeah,
What happened to your
man.
microphone? You got your microphone? You left your microphone somewhere.
Uh
Right there.
Oh, there you go.
What's that? What's the better
Let's go.
topics?
What's up with you, Vanilla?
What? Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up, Vanilla? What you got on your mind, Vanilla?
Not much. Been doing a lot of working at Ollie's, working that
Shut up.
front, that front area though. Beginning. Oh, the other
This
day,
guy.
this girl came through my line, and
Lord
she said I was
Jesus.
cute. And about 10 minutes
Uh-oh.
after she left, she called the store and asked for my number. Or she didn't ask for my number. She gave me her number.
oh.
She was like, "You got a piece of paper," and so got that shit down.
Nice.
Text
She was
her.
slow.
Luck on that, man.
She was slow.
Damn.
You know?
I was gonna ask.
Did you say is she slow?
Well, she's not slow. She has cataracts. That's what it is.
No. We're actually the same age. She's 33.
Did you- I would've-
I'm turning 35.
I
this
would have
year.
given her the number to the nearest lens crafters or something, like the ophthalmologist or something.
Well, I didn't want to
Hey,
do all
Vanilla.
that. I mean, if she's
I got a
good
question
with
for you,
that
Vanilla.
sight. What's up, girl?
So I heard some things about you recently that were Pretty disturbing.
It wasn't for me.
And I think the ladies in here would like to know. I'm not gonna ask this question. I think the
Vanilla is
ladies
very
in
sorry for
Hold on.
what he
Uh-oh.
said at the spades table.
that's what
It
we're
was
getting
not
into. That's what we're talking about.
directed. It was
You
not
was
directed
calling-
mainly at women.
But was
I was
it
calling the
directed at
people I was
black
playing
women?
against.
Is what I want to ask.
Ooh,
It wasn't
Because you
directed
did
at
say,
women.
I heard you
Wolf
did
that-
say that it
Oh,
was
no.
a certain person should be used to that, and I was like, why would you say that?
What the
Vanilla?
fuck? I didn't
And
say
a
that
predominant. Somebody said that you
Your
said that. I
Honor.
just wanted to know,
Yes, you
was
did
that
say
a
that
predominantly
bullshit.
black
Yes, you
comment,
did.
or was
Yes,
that
you
just
did.
made towards all
You
women?
made the
Period. That we are used to being
insinuation
called
that I
bitches.
should
Because I
be
know I
okay
don't like
with
to
you
be
calling
called
me
a
a
No,
bitch.
bitch.
it was
Because
made
I should
against
be
the
used
spades
to it.
players I was playing against, but happened to be black women. I did not say, oh, you should be used to it by now.
No.
Because-
Your
Go
words
to trouble.
insinuate.
Right, because I
Your
just think we
words
needed to clarify
insinuate.
that, because I was a little disturbed by that comment that you was,
Ooh.
Where the
You
goddamn
said-
mic
somebody got
is?
something to
You
say?
set him.
that.
You just set him up. Yo.
I'm just saying.
There you go.
Can they hear me?
My bad.
Man, I
My
set
bad.
myself up that day. That was,
You,
Trendy, relax.
you did not use the words I should be
Uh-oh.
used to it. However,
Push the
you
trigger.
insinuated
trigger.
that I should
Push
be
the trigger,
used
B.
to it. You
There you go.
insinuated that I should be used to being called a bitch and a hoe, and I don't understand why. From who?
Oh,
My daddy,
damn.
my husband. Who should I be used to that from?
I did not say you should be used to that.
You know, that's exactly. Look, we're gonna be honest.
Own it, Vanilla.
Your
Okay.
words, and the way you worded it, you insinuated that I
Mhm.
should be used to that. So why should it have been a big deal because you said it? You came
So
on
I
a platform
insinuated.
when you listen. This metaverse,
Oh,
it's trillions of worlds, and
Mhm.
majority of them are focused on white people. And when we go in those worlds, we get called niggas, monkeys, gorillas, whatever, any kind of racial slur that they can. So when we find a
Big.
world that we can go in and be ourselves, we don't expect to have someone outside of our race coming in using the derogatory words like bitches and hoes. Cause I don't even understand what made you feel comfortable enough to speak to me like that because you don't know me.
Okay.
I guess I
so,
felt comfortable enough at the spades table to call the people I was playing against that. And I did it wrong.
There you
If
go.
it was
Just
two
own
men,
it.
I would have called them bitches.
apologize.
Thank you
Own
for the
it,
apology,
apologize.
Vanilla.
Like I
And
mean,
just don't let it
people,
happen
people fuck
again.
up. People fuck up, and
Vanilla,
I
but
ain't
say
taking
the
up for him
words.
'cause
I'm
it's
sorry.
wrong.
Like you
It's
said that,
definitely
but now
wrong.
you need to say, but I
If
I
he was
No,
gonna
apologize
say
I
for
mean,
BB,
I
if
offending
have
he
you.
was in
said I'm
front of me,
sorry, but
I'd have
on
put him in the
record,
headlock
I
for
am
you.
sorry, BB.
It's not for me. It's for me that it took other people to tell him that he was wrong. He's a
Yeah.
grown ass man. If he don't know that those words are wrong at his
They're
big
wrong.
old age,
Yeah.
and it takes other people to tell him that, then that's just who he is. That's
But
not a
that's
fucking
just
mistake.
the first time I
That's
ever
who
done
he
that.
is.
I've
Let me see. Let me see.
this is the first time I had ever
Hey yo,
done that.
PC, get him the
Because you
mic.
were there.
PC
You were
got
there.
something to
You
say.
were there.
PC got
How you
what
grab
you
it
gotta
then?
say,
How you
PC.
grab it? How you grab it?
That's
Mr.
it.
Hefe.
Hold on. Where it go? Where it go? It disappeared.
It's right there. Where it go? Get my boy a mic.
There you go, Hefe.
Thank you.
Oh, the
Thank you,
mic right
Shaq.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm
What's
gonna be
up?
real with you. So I was there for the entire thing, and your words verbatim was you act like you ain't been called there before, or you ain't never been called there before. I don't, which is it was bizarre because how could you insinuate that about someone that you don't know? Now, granted,
Yeah.
you did say sorry, but it took you a little minute. So in the case of you saying sorry, it's not about you saying sorry. It's about your lack of accountability that took place at that moment. And I told you, and even Al told you, as a man, we got kids. I got a little girl. You don't go around calling women bitches and hoes unless they
Right.
bitches and hoes, and you mean it that way.
Facts. Yeah.
But you don't go around calling women bitches and hoes. And I
This
told you
random
that
woman,
was very unwarranted. You didn't know her to even be talking to her like that. Now, if you hear one of us go up to her talking to her like that or something like that, which me personally, I'm not gonna go up
Still
to them
don't
and call
condone
them
it.
bitches and hoes because
Still don't
I have a
condone it.
daughter. You call my daughter
Yeah,
a
I
bitch
got
and a hoe, I'm gonna
daughters.
treat you like a bitch and a hoe.
Yeah.
So I don't even play like that. But I say all that to say there was a lack of accountability on your part because as a man, you and I get it. Whatever may have been going through your mind at the time, but as a man, you should have immediately never let it come out your mouth. But say, for instance, it did happen. Immediately own up and take that accountability instead of trying to defend it. When you're defending it, you're no longer taking accountability. So your sorry then goes out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
let's
was
see,
that was yeah, you
Thank you, Jose.
expressed yourself really eloquently just now. And you like that was very beautifully spoken, and I get what you're saying. And I think probably I'm not going to speak for you, Vanilla, but I'm going to guess because I always see you in spades and stuff. And I think that what it is like
It's just
you
banter. He
probably assume that because you hear it in music and stuff like that, so you kind of think, oh well, bitches and hoes is thrown around in the culture and blah blah blah. And since no, but listen, I'm not
No.
You're not letting me
Hey,
finish.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
because that's
wait,
You're
wait.
not getting where I'm going. This is the beginning of the
that's
sentence.
right.
Let me finish
It's
my
not
thought.
You're going down.
I'm
the wrong
not
road. You
saying
should
that's
take
the
a
truth.
U-turn.
What I'm
You should
saying
take a
is
U-turn.
that's not true because that's
You should
within the
take a
black
U-turn.
community. And the black community
Can y'all
gets
wait?
to
Wait.
say
The black
they
community
get
here,
to
you
own
wait, wait.
languages
What is
and the
about
way
the
they
black
express
community?
themselves.
Man, take this
To-
out.
Hold on.
Man,
walking around calling, bitch.
Yo,
She's not
no,
letting me
yo,
finish.
Shh, hold on, wait,
That's
wait,
like the
wait.
white people that sit
Nay,
there and say, well,
know,
they
Nay.
say,
Can I say something?
no, but they're
Can I
not
say
letting
something,
me
Nay?
finish.
I know,
The-
Nay. Let me say something.
No,
Let me say
bro,
something.
she
Nay.
white
Hey, yo,
racist.
I'm disagreeing with the theory.
Yo, first off, you gotta chill and let
Because
her
they don't
speak
even
first.
know me,
If
'cause
you
they
wanna-
don't know where
if
I'm
you wanna
going.
say something, if you wanna say something, you gotta come up here.
Montana.
Come up here and grab the mic.
But let me finish my thought. You don't know where I'm going with it.
Hey, yo, if y'all want to talk, just grab the mic. I just want everybody to talk. Like, if y'all got something to rebuttal what she's saying,
Where's
like, just come up,
Stark at?
grab
But
the
they
mic.
don't know what I'm saying
I
to
know, that's what I'm-
disagree with yet.
So you gotta be quiet too, because you're making it worse. Listen, just say what you're saying. Say what you're saying.
But they
You
gotta
talk.
let me get there because the ending is what I'm
First thing you
saying.
said was
saying
you're
that.
not going to speak for Vanilla, and then you started speaking for Vanilla.
Okay, well, this
so
is
nobody
for
wants to hear
me.
anything else
So
you have
this
to say.
is for me then. I've
Okay, that's
heard,
better.
and so somebody that is already muting me because they're going to disagree with what they don't know what I'm saying is. I understand like that there are racist white people out there that are going to say, well, they say the N-word, so it's okay to say the N-word. Well, of course it's not, because it has a meaning that white people gave it that is hateful. So the black community gets to own it and call each other with the A and have it be cool or whatever, because with the R is what white people did that was hateful, and they mean it hateful. It's not okay. So yes,
Give her your back.
well, I'm not one of those
Turn
people
around,
that
guys.
says I don't see
Just
color,
turn.
because I do see color, because I respect color, because there are things that people went through that will never be okay. That's not ever going to be erased or whatever. That needs to be respected.
Yo,
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes people
what's up?
feel,
You want the
y'all,
mic?
whatever. I'm
You
going to
want the
leave
mic?
because obviously people don't understand what I'm
Nay,
saying.
Nay,
hold on.
you have to. You
Well,
have
let
to
me ask you
speak.
this.
You got to look.
But I did speak. What I'm saying
Oh, check
is,
me out,
like,
right? Check me
I
out.
have been in a situation.
Nay.
I know where I stand, and I
I know.
know
Listen,
that
ain't nobody cutting you off.
I've played games and stuff.
Hold on.
I used to play Anarchy all the time, and I'm not. Because I
You
get
got-
upset.
You gotta lower your voice. You
I
gotta lower
played
your voice.
Anarchy all the time, and I was in a room where when people were all just, while I'm talking the whole time, just going it's hard to not get upset.
Yo,
I used to play
Yo, check
Anarchy
me-
all the time, and I was the only
Halfway
white
wanna-
person in the room or
halfway
whatever.
wanna-
We're all getting along, and
say something though.
I'll
Miss-
stop talking. But if everybody's just
Hey,
gonna
Miss
yell at
Alice,
me, I'm
I
just
wasn't trying to. I
No,
wasn't
it
trying to
ain't.
interrupt you.
No,
or
you
anything
went
of the
off
sort.
topic though. Now
Yeah,
you was talking
you're not
about
off topic. I
and
wasn't trying to
just start
interrupt you or anything of the
going
sort.
to anarchy.
because
How you
I'm
Hefe,
just
let me
saying
say something real
because
quick.
What
Vanilla.
is the
I was gonna
topic?
give
Go
an
ahead.
example
Go
that
ahead.
related to
confused.
Vanilla Shock and why
All right, so
he
check me out,
failed.
right? We're
And
trying
so
to.
He wanted to say something. He wanted
So
to
what
say
Trying to
something
make
to
him
you.
What did-
basically
what
the
did,
exclusive why.
What did saying the N word
How
have
did
to
we
do
get
with
to
him
the
calling
point where
bitches
it
and
became
hoes? It
about
had nothing
her
to do
and
with the
now
race
she mad?
situation.
I'm confused.
It was
Right.
simply
because
him
the
don't
being
know.
bitches and
disrespectful.
hoes, I thought
You know
Y'all
it was
gotta
the rap
explain
music
it.
and that kind of
Like,
thing.
That
the
don't
bitches
mean that
and
we're
hoes.
okay with it. Just
I
because
didn't
these
say
men use
anybody
that
should
word
be
don't mean
okay
that we
with
allow
it.
them to do that.
I didn't say you should.
Yeah, it's
I
like
wasn't
that,
saying anybody should be okay with it. I was trying to explain, but then y'all didn't want me to speak for him, so I had to take it out of that vernacular. Sorry.
Hey,
I
Miss
can't
Alice.
please everybody, but you know what I'm saying?
I think it's
Go
more
ahead,
so
Hefe.
of you started
Miss-
speaking about the black.
I
Hold
know,
on,
but
you started speaking about the black culture as if listen. Let us speak about the black culture. How you work?
I
Right.
meant musically black
You
culture.
speaking about the black culture and how we use things is first inappropriate. That's
No,
not
it's
something that you
not.
should do.
An educated
no, no.
person doesn't have to be in the black
Oh my-
culture to be talking about black
Wait, what?
music.
You have to
Not-
be
not
educated about black culture.
It's time for you to go home.
Hold on,
What
hold
you
on,
talking
listen,
about?
hold on,
Fine.
listen, Miss
I don't
Miss
give a
How's it
Alice,
not about
Miss
education?
Miss Alice, I don't want you to
I'm
get
sorry,
upset.
you're
Miss
right. White
Alice,
people
Miss
can't have
Alice,
an opinion about
Miss
anything
Alice,
black.
Miss Alice,
That's fine,
Miss
and I'm
Alice.
not
No,
Miss
you
Alice. I'm
can't.
not
Miss
a
Alice,
75-year-old
Miss
woman
Alice.
named Miss
fucking
Alice.
millionaire while she's sitting up here talking
Hey,
about
hey, Miss
education.
Alice, listen.
That's crazy. That's,
Bye.
they let this shit fool them. Like, don't ever let the way I speak a certain way. I love to speak how I speak. I'm a black
Hey,
woman and I'm
Shaq.
proud of
Hey,
it.
this
But I'm a
goes
millionaire.
for
You sitting there
this
talking
goes
about
for
education.
any
That's crazy.
this goes for any
Control
non-color
of
person
light,
in the
whatever the
room,
fuck it is.
Mr. Shaq, including yourself.
They telling y'all
When you hear certain words that are used by people of color, these are words that we took back out of reparations. So these are words
That's
that we
crazy.
use to each other because they apply to us. And when it,
That's
in
crazy.
regards to the N word,
And it's a
however,
tourist-
comma, in that same sentence, when I came back, that's exactly I heard Miss Alice talking. Lord knows I wish she was here so I could tell her I don't do the behind people back shit. In that same sentence, you can't understand my culture just because you listen to my music, you see me on the screen, or you see what the fuck I may do.
Or watch documentaries.
You won't understand the
Right,
skin
that part.
until I walk in it. Which I know that wasn't your prerogative and how you were coming, Mr. Shaq. Yours was specifically degrading towards women, which I understand we got to call a spade a spade. That's what it was. It was
Yes.
degrading towards women. However, on Miss Alice's behalf, and y'all can
It
tell her
was.
come find me so I can let her know to her face. You don't understand my culture until you got to wake
She
up one
turned
day
it
and
all
your
the way
skin is
racial.
melanated.
Damn
all
right.
the way racial.
She just
Like
came and said
all
some shit
the
she
way.
wanted
Also-
to say. She wanted to say that shit.
As a black man, I don't call any of my black women
You on
bitches
mute.
or hoes.
That's
in the
right.
Spades Hall, I say, "What's going on, brother? What's going on, love? What's going on, sister?" I don't say bitches and hoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you
I
can't
will
speak on the
admit,
black
I will.
culture.
And
If
coming-
you act like one,
You said you're trying to act.
I call them
Uh-oh.
queens.
I'm
Say
not.
that shit,
Now,
Trendy.
you know
Say
there's
that
niggas
shit.
out here that do it. We ain't gonna
There's a
do it.
lot of queens in here.
Nah, it
I
is.
love
It
it.
is. But you know, we can't speak for
It
a
is,
nigga.
though. I will. If a female acts like a bitch, I will call her a bitch.
Wow. Oh,
Can I say
you said
something?
that out loud.
I
Yep.
just want to ask.
So
Yes.
What-
what
ahead, Bud
what
Scouty.
exactly is
Give him a mic.
acting like?
No,
Speak on
I
it.
came
It's a
in
female
here. I
act-
want to see what this podcast is about.
Hold on.
What's like?
Here you go.
What are y'all?
Here you go.
Y'all
The
just
mic
talking
right there.
about bitches and hoes?
Oh, this podcast is random as shit. sweetheart.
Like I just
Yeah.
want to see
It's
what
random.
it's about.
It's random.
Oh, y'all just talk about like random topics and stuff.
We just on some random shit
Okay,
right
I
now.
have a question.
Some shit that
Oh,
happened.
okay.
I don't want the mic.
And honestly, y'all,
You
I did
said
not
you
mean
was
to
about
start
a
no
woman
shit.
right
I just
here.
thought it was disturbing
No,
that I
you
heard
didn't
this
start
shit
no
and I
shit.
had.
You didn't start no
Okay.
shit. Vanilla Shack has
You
owned
said you
his
was calling a
You
girl
want the
a
mic?
woman a
Hopefully
bitch.
he's learned. You know,
You
he's
can hear me?
we
You
moving
said you would call a
forward.
woman a
Bro,
bitch
Yeah, I
if she
can
acts
hear
you.
like
Yeah.
one.
Problem
Can't hear you,
came in
FA.
when
What
Miss Alice
is
Yes.
your
started
definition of a
speaking
woman
on
acting like a
race,
bitch?
which you know she ain't
Most
got no
definitely,
right
yeah.
to.
A woman acting
Most
like
definitely.
a bitch is a woman that.
But and I know
Ooh.
Vanilla, he's
We
you
can't
know,
hear you.
normally a cool
I need a
dude.
mic.
You know, like
Montana.
Can't
he
hear me?
flows
Yeah.
with us.
Mic
But
up.
he
No.
Mic.
Like
Let me
a
hear you.
woman that's out of place.
sometimes
Meaning, if you
be
get
out of
above
line.
yourself, like say, all right, you
What's
in my
above
face,
yourself?
yeah.
Oh,
Like
shit,
why you in
Billy.
my face? That's
You
out of
about to
place.
get
You
knocked
acting like a
outside
bitch.
your head too.
Y'all
Can
make
we
Danielle
leave
a
this
hard
white
time.
environment?
I'm talking about like if
Hey,
you
why you
if
got
you
the
acting
like you
music
can fight
on,
a
bro.
man if
Why
you're acting
so
like a man,
so
you acting like
we
you
can't
got
even hear
balls.
shit. Why you got the
Right.
music on?
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
There's
hear
no
about
point
the music
in
on
it.
King.
Be
Like,
similar.
you guys
Be
hear music out
female.
there?
Like,
Yeah.
there's ways to get
Hey,
your
Montana,
stuff
why they
out
got music
without
out there? They can hear
acting
music.
ghetto.
All they can hear is music.
They know. They know.
Yeah, I hear music.
Yeah.
Montana.
Oh, you have that.
All right. You
Montana.
gotta come through
I
here.
ain't seen you in a few days though. Where you been?
Montana.
Yesterday I wasn't
Montana.
on.
What's up?
Montana.
Nothing right here.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
yesterday I had
What
a
I'm supposed to do?
seizure, so I was just chilling.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all
Right
right.
here.
Ran
Now.
my head into the wall.
I don't
All
know.
right, so now
where
let's
this
get back to the. Let's get back to the
I don't know
show.
where this podcast is.
I
What?
don't know if we can get back. I don't know if we can get back to the show.
Who playing the
Yeah, it got-
music?
It got kind of hairy out here.
Who is playing the music?
How do you unfollow
Somebody
Please.
playing music.
Montana.
party?
I hear it. We hear it over
Lebo, you want a mic?
Some chips. Where you at?
Hell
I
no, I
don't
won't
even
not
see
say
you from
Lebo.
yours. Nigga, you way
Is
over
the
there in the
music
corner.
playing? You got music playing?
Yeah, they said there's music. They
I
said
don't
there's
hear
music
it.
playing out
Hey,
there.
you just saying.
If they
Okay.
can't hear
I
us,
don't
they
hear
can
it.
just hear the
Man,
music.
you don't hear no music. Shit, the music
It,
playing.
somebody
bro.
is playing some loud ass music.
The music is playing, man.
I don't hear it.
Oh, and unfollow.
Well,
Okay.
I hear it. I hear it.
Yes.
I'm saying, man, just because you don't hear it, we
Yes.
hear it, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
press
they
the
hear
music
music.
button
loud.
once. Press it once.
Come on,
Press the
fam,
music
be more
button.
I think we need a topic
to their
here.
feelings.
And
And I don't
then
want to
press
talk
it
about
again.
bitches and hoes.
Hello.
Did it stop?
Can we talk about the world?
There you go.
Did it stop?
Money, we got your seat over here.
Oh, okay.
The fifth one.
It's playing.
Okay.
Did it stop?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, Money,
Who's bigger,
hurry.
my
Get,
nigga?
yeah, get the mic.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
you.
Still hear it.
This is Philly,
Mommy.
right?
Can y'all still hear the music? Give
I
me
said,
some
do y'all still hear it?
Philly.
Why she in my
It's
lap?
He's sitting in
Anybody
Sunshine's lap.
And so anybody hear it?
I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey,
This
Money.
ain't-
What type of show is this?
Hey, mommy, how you doing?
Mike ain't
The
talk?
Howard Stern hour.
Am I sitting in somebody's
The
lap?
Howard
in my
Stern
lap,
hour.
girl.
They real cute. I like that.
Why you tell me I'm getting a to lap sit here? dance over here,
You know how to
y'all.
play spades.
Money, you know you too old to be giving lap dances now.
Man,
Come
what
on.
you
I'm not.
talking about, man? Yeah.
Why you on
Come
mute?
on, Mama.
My boy Montana.
Anybody want a microphone?
He trying to set up his first
Yeah.
contestant
Oh,
to the
here we go. Here we go.
microphone.
Here you go, money.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Here you go. Right here, money, in my hand. Grab that one.
Okay.
Grab that one.
Take that.
Okay.
Uh,
What's the subject gonna be tonight?
It's
about
been
women and
avocados. Women and
Okay, it's
the
about women
disrespect
and
they've been taking.
Yeah.
oh shit, the
about
disrespect
what?
men has been given us.
Definitely.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Can we have
Not all men.
any
Not all men,
comments?
y'all.
Not no, not all
Yes.
men. They have some good men out there.
Yes, let's start with
That-
avocado because I gave
Hold
him a
on.
name of endearment, which is Haas, because you know Haas avocados, and he be trying to troll me now.
Good mic. Good mic.
Damn.
Strong you? What do you mean strong
What
you?
the hell we
Strong
talking
you?
about?
Trolling her.
Troll.
Where the mic
like,
at? Where the mic
Oh,
at?
control.
Floating away in space.
No,
Give me my-
like
you.
troll, like
He's been abusive, abusing me.
chaser.
She played too much.
Hold on. You
I don't
said you said
You gotta hold.
women.
Press
Can we
press the
talk
trigger. Pause.
And
Is it green? I can't hear you.
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Why
I got you
can't we
now.
talk about how men and women been disrespecting each other? Why I always got to be
No, press the
like
button.
women? Because as my man said, y'all also disrespect us greatly. So
Yeah, well,
I don't
we
want
have
you to
our
look at
ups
that
and
one
downs.
side.
It all
You know.
started when Erica Badu made that
Come,
song
bro.
called Tyrone. All right.
Oh.
After she made that song, y'all can show y'all ass.
All right, sing it,
You
girl.
don't never buy me nothing.
All right, go ahead.
Ever since she put y'all
That's my song.
Baby,
right
I'm
there.
going back to space.
Yeah. Anyway.
Girl, where you been at, Black? I ain't seen you. In
Okay,
No, but you're right,
there-
Haas. Men
You
and
wanna say
women. There are toxic
Yeah,
men
there
and
are.
women, Haas. You're right. It's not
There's
all
some
one
women beat
man's
men's
fault. One
ass,
women.
and some
Yeah.
men beat they woman's ass. But what I don't understand is why a woman gonna let a nigga
You on
beat her
mute.
ass, black her eye, and then wants to
What?
go
Oh,
and
no,
fuck.
I'm out of here.
Excuse me if I'm
Wanna play
rude,
spades?
you know.
That's
Yeah.
just because they are dead.
that's
It's called
just the way it is.
Stockholm
Hey.
syndrome.
That's for attention.
Well, sometimes
Attention.
Sometimes
Because
those
you wanna come
relationships are
beat
hard
my
to get
ass,
out of,
you
and it
ain't getting
depends on
out
how
of
long.
bonding.
Yeah,
I'm
can
saying
I
sometimes
can
it,
I-
Peace.
I used to counsel women like that, and sometimes it's hard to get out of those relationships. It's that love cycle that you know, I love you today, and then tomorrow I'm beating up on you, and then they make it the honeymoon. You know, it's
Yeah,
all
and
if
the
they
next
come
day
back
they
say I'm
try
sorry,
act like
baby, it'll
nothing
never happen
happened.
again, and they love you so much they want to believe that it's never
No,
gonna
'cause
happen
they
again
think it's love.
Yeah.
until it happens again.
Yeah.
Can I
Can
Uh-uh.
I
Them
speak
niggas
on
don't
that?
love
It's a
them.
cycle
They
of
just
abuse
love
that
they
just
just stupid
it's
for them. Ain't no
so
damn
large of a
love.
number of women it happens
That's
to.
crazy.
It happens to
It
men
is.
too, though.
How I talk? How I
Hey,
talk?
yo,
me
my
too.
question. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So when
Maybe.
y'all, all right, not y'all, when
What
a
Eve
woman be
said,
in a
love is
relationship that's
blind.
abusive, where the man be beating them
It'll
up,
take over your
uh,
mind. What you
is
think
it
is
the
love
dick?
is truly
Is
not.
that
You
why they
need to
say
Nah.
elevate and
I don't think
No,
so.
it's just
Nah,
they
it has nothing to do with
scared.
that. It's an
They
emotional.
have.
It's an emotional
Absolutely
thing.
not. Yeah.
I think it's a
Sometimes it
financial
is.
thing
I'm
that
just
she
trying to figure
cannot
out.
have. No, it's a financial
It's
thing
a
where
they
she
want to
can't
It's
feel
leave.
financial.
needed.
It's
She
Well,
not
can't.
and
Yeah,
it's
she
not
can't
always
leave.
financial.
She got
It's not always
kids.
It's
financial.
She can't
emotional.
Yeah,
leave.
it could be
It's
kids. It
Well,
could
emotional.
emotional.
It's
It's
insecurities
yeah.
as well.
it depends on how long you've been in
It
that
could be the dick
relationship.
There
You
you
too.
know.
go, Vanilla.
I mean, it
That's
could
my
be the
only
dick
question.
too, but I'm just saying.
No,
But
you know
you
what
know,
it
I've
is?
been in those
With
relationships.
trauma
Ain't no
Can I
good
ask
bonding,
a
enough.
people
question?
always want to
But
find
that's a good one to
the
go
lowest
into.
motherfuckers
Here,
that they
here,
can
here, love,
connect
here,
with,
love,
so they can
Most
have
love.
definitely.
people always want
Repeat
to
that.
find
Love here.
like, and I'm not trying to be funny,
I'm right
but
here.
let's use this analogy. A person that is in a space of like recovery, healing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, for some reason always feel like they need to go in the trash can and pick out the person that's also, or maybe not even in their recovery stage, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and try to help them. And it's like we
Yes.
always feel like helping others, you know, when we need to be helping ourselves makes us like a good person. But when we're not taking care of ourselves, the only thing you're really going to attract are people that are going to stunt your growth and put you in a space where you're not going to be able to like um fully heal or correct the things that are not right within ourselves. So
But sometimes you
it's
have to ask for help, honey. You
Some
don't
no,
know
people
I was
what
don't
just
they
have
talking
to
ask
ask
about,
for
for.
help.
yeah, but sometimes we don't have the tools to help somebody. Sometimes we're in a space where we only know but so much on our own journey, and we always feel like, oh, like, you know, I know what you're going through, or I have been there. But it's
Yeah.
like, no, you just because you have experienced something
You want
doesn't mean
this?
that you have the tools to help somebody. That's why,
Right.
like,
A, lo-
I don't
a lot of
know,
times she
people
stays for fear. You know.
go to
Yeah.
Can I
professionals.
ask a question? Can I ask all
Sure.
these females in here?
The married couple.
When you came home from school, when
We
you
can't
came
hear
home
you.
from school, I got it now. When you came home from school the first time a little boy pushed you down on the playground or pulled your hair when he sat in the desk behind you, what did your mother tell you why that kid did that?
He likes you.
They like you. No, sorry. They tell you they
That's
like
where
I
it
don't.
starts. That's where
Yeah,
it
I,
starts.
yeah. It starts at home, and also I want to say that a lot of black
Speak in the
people don't know
speaker. I
how to
can't hear
ask for
you.
help.
You got two damn microphones.
Why is it black people? White women
A
get
lot of,
beat too.
but
Hey,
you're
just
not.
say
See,
women
Get
in
the
you're not. You're
microphone
not
up, you got,
listening. You're
Haas.
not
We want to
listening.
hear what you have
You
to
You're
say,
not
keep
but we
saying
can't
listening.
in
hear you
black
because
A
people.
lot
that
of black,
microphone's
a
not
lot of
working.
black people
Speak
in general
general.
don't know how to
Speak
ask for
in
help. We
Haas,
general.
are
take that
very.
microphone, Haas.
Change microphones. They say.
Change microphones. We can't hear you, and we want to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
Speak in
We are
general.
very
There you
prideful.
go.
We are very prideful, and sometimes we do not know how to ask for help. And that's a problem. And
Most
like you
definitely.
said, it also stems back at home to the lack of education and lack of emotional education. So therefore, like you said, oh, why did that? Like you said, love, you go home. Oh, well, maybe they like you. That's lack of emotional education. You feel back to, to what you asked. Like I said, a lot of us don't know how to ask for help. We don't want to ask for help. We have too much pride to ask for help.
You got
You
Come
feel what I'm
forward,
saying
Haas.
to you? So,
Right.
huh?
Fight back.
Come forward. Come forward so we can hear you. Click the
Yeah,
trigger.
yeah.
Coming from
I got something to say about that.
being in these situations
Okay.
and being in an abusive relationship and being in situations where I've gone back, it's a mental thing. These people know how to get in your
Definitely.
head. They know how to they choose people that have been through traumatic things, and they know how to get in your head, and they learn to
It goes
trauma
back to
bond to get you bonded to them. Yeah, absolutely, a lack of emotional. But then
you get away and it's almost like withdrawal symptoms. It's almost like you feel like you have to have them, you have to be around them. And once they don't have that control anymore, then they're going to start pulling back. They're going to start acting like they're this perfect person again. And every time that something happens, you find yourself thinking, well, why didn't I do it
Maybe
this
they
way?
could
Maybe I
change.
could try this in the future. Maybe
Yeah.
if I do it this way, maybe if I approach this situation another way, maybe next time he won't hit me. Maybe next time he won't rape me. You see, so you find you get in these situations and it's almost like desperation. Like you're
Yeah,
desperate to
that's the
fix
whole
it.
thing.
I got something to say
It's
about
like
that.
I gotta
Absolutely.
protect myself.
Some,
even
Okay.
if it's all
sometimes,
this.
sometimes your parents know what's going on, and
Sometimes you do, but sometimes like some men and women too. Women can be narcissistic. Women can be manipulative. Some people are just very, very good at pretending there's something that they are not. But that mask comes off eventually. But sometimes
Oh
once it
yeah.
comes off, it's too late. It's too late. You're already in there. Your mental's already in there. You're already fucked up. So like, what do you do in those situations? It's hard. It is so hard to get out of that. So hard.
It is because I've been in those relationships as well, and I've been threatened that if
Mhm.
I left, that they were going to kill my parents,
hear you.
or there's
Yes.
always some fear of leaving.
Yeah, or hurt your
It's
kids
very
if you
traumatic.
leave.
Yeah, or hurt the kids, or
All right, so check
it's
me out.
very traumatic. And
My
I
exes
also
tried
wanted
to
to
have
believe
my
that they
children
could change.
taken from me.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a
Yeah.
They would
situation.
change. It
I've
never
had a
worked
situ-
out.
Just wanted to say my
I've
piece.
had a situation where a guy, he hit me, he busted my ear, and I'm at the hospital, and he telling me, I'm sorry, but you done busted my ear, then you're gonna go to my house and lay down and go to sleep. I was in there frying some fish, and the fish grease was getting so hot. I had to think. I said, "Now, am I gonna go and pour this?" I said, "Go pour the grease on his dick." Then I said, "No, go wake him up." I said, "Go pour the grease on his dick, or go wake him up." So I went in there and I told
Should
him I
have poured
woke
the
him up.
grease on his dick.
She said, "Pour the grease on his dick." I just heard that.
Hold up.
But I told him, I said, "Listen, you
Cut
got
that
to go."
motherfucker off.
He told me he put on his clothes and walked out of there butt naked, and he did not come back. He must have been
Hey,
dreaming he was gonna
I
die.
hey,
want to
yo.
speak to.
So
I mean, my
I
first
I have a,
husband
I have a
was
quick
very,
question for
very, very
everybody, right?
controlling.
yeah,
And how many women? This is a question for the women. How many of you actually had an active father, like a two-family
Oh,
household? Raise your hand.
I
I did.
have,
My dad
I
I
passed
have.
did.
away.
Still
All
married an
right.
asshole.
So how many of your fathers actually showed you guys how to properly be loved by actually loving your mother?
Yeah,
My
mine
daddy
cheated
passed
on my
Okay.
away,
mom.
so I can't
So
say that.
therefore, right? And there's not too many. It's more women in here that
I'm a
raise their
lesbian,
hands.
nigga. I'm a lesbian, nigga.
I definitely
God
didn't
damn.
raise my
Very
hand.
So,
sad.
so now, so
I
check me
raised
out,
I
right?
know.
Now, I'm gonna get to the point, right? The point is, this is why fathers are so important, because we set the tone in women's life. We set the tone in women's life to show how a woman is supposed to be loved by loving the mother. You feel what I'm saying? And if you don't have that, once again, you're going to lack the proper education and the signs of a poor man. You
And
feel
I
me?
agree with that, except for the fact
advocate.
that not all men are good either. Not all men treat their women right. You know what I mean? So it's like,
But that's my point. That's my point.
I'm saying
Your
as far as the father
your father
goes,
sets the tone for how you should be treated. Now, if you know your mother wasn't treated properly, you should, okay, well, listen, this man shows some type of signs of what my father showed, and he treated my mom like shit. I don't want that. But I know
Hans,
my
how about
dad
the
treated my
kids?
mom with the most
Divine.
respect, all the love in the world, and that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. That's the type of man I need. You feel what I'm saying?
but that's
And
but that's
my
only
point.
if that man
but
knows how
hey,
to treat
how
that
about
woman.
the
And
kids who
not all
lost
fathers are
their
good.
dad before they were old enough?
Not all fathers are
to
horrible, but
learn?
not all fathers are treating the women right either. I mean, it doesn't mean, I don't mean it like that. I mean, like,
right.
you know what I mean?
My
Not all men are
boys
going to be
lost
like
their
that.
dad at 7 years old. They didn't have
You could have
that.
Yeah, you could have a man in the house
So,
all day
you
long
can't
and be
blame
good
that
and be
on
with your
that.
mom, but it doesn't mean he's treating her right.
Well, my dad,
So-
my mom beat the shit out of my dad. She fucked him up. She shot him.
Oh,
She cut him.
damn.
and
I
everything.
wish I
Lord
could
Jesus.
have beat the
But
shit out of my husband.
that was my heart. I love my daddy
boy,
to
my
death,
boy, my
but
boy.
my mom
So
would
I-
beat the shit out of him.
I want to speak
Right.
to this, like, and I think everybody that spoke, like Dave said something that has truth to it, right? So I think toxic relationships are multifaceted, and there's no one reason why people stay or leave, right?
Right.
My father, I remember early on, he told me something. He said, "Don't allow people to max out on you." And I didn't understand that fully then, but he helped me to understand that most of the time when we get in relationships, we look to max out. And the analogy he gave me was when we get jobs, we start to live all the way up to the max of what we make. So when we in relationships, a lot of times we'll put the max on a person. So we want a person to be everything for us emotionally. We want a person to be everything for us financially. And then when we run into a bad situation, we so invested and we so maxed out that we can't make the quality choice we need to make. So you might be in a relationship, or a guy might be in a relationship, and when he or she runs into a tough situation, he's so maxed out that he can't leave. Now he in a position that he can't move on, or she can't move on. So it's like you got to be in a situation where you still are able to see clearly. So because once you max out, and especially if you max out in multiple ways, obviously the kids can be a situation where it's hard to make that break. But you got to be able to stay in a place where you can see clearly, where you can always make quality decisions.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta make
well,
that break.
give me
It's
this,
usually better
give
for
me
the
this.
kids if
Add
you
to
do.
this.
Well, you know, you meet a
give
person
them-
and they
give me-
wind and dine you, and they
I'm
take you
coming.
here
I'm
and they
coming.
do this for you and do that for you for 6 months, and all of a sudden the closet door open and a fucking monster comes out. He comes
But
out beating you up and doing
you
all
you
that shit, you know.
You absolutely
Facts,
right.
money,
And what
facts.
they do, the reason they do that, and they call that love bombing, because they trying to
Yeah.
get you to max out.
Thank
They
you.
trying to get you to invest so
I
much
think
into
it's
them
more trauma
emotionally
bond.
that you cannot break free and you can't see clearly. So even with all those gifts, all those trips, all that nice food, you got to be able to say, "Hey, that's cool, but that's not what I need in my life, and that's not going to put me in this position to not see clearly."
Because people are not truthful with each
Can
other.
I add to this? You know what I think men need to understand? Understand this. You know that saying, "Mama's baby, daddy's maybe"? That's a
Right.
lie. We've been in y'all balls y'all whole life, and y'all give us to our mothers for 10 months. When the baby comes out, you have to understand that child is yours more than it is the mother's. And y'all fail to realize that it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter how, well, of course, the way your mother and your father get along, it really matters. But the way that the father and the mother both treat the child, that plays a big part in the child's self-esteem.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it doesn't really matter what kind of relationship your mother and your father have, because some parents are divorced, or you may have had a parent who passed away, or just decided they wanted to give away their rights. But the way that you're treated by your parents, it plays a big part in your self-esteem, and then that determines how you choose a partner. Because if you don't know, most people feel like the only way they can be loved is when they're doing for others, giving to others, transactional love or transactional situations. So it's like you don't know how to really connect with somebody if you're not offering more than you're supposed to, because most people don't know how to show up and be loved for who they are, because it's like, oh, if you're not washing the dishes, you're not doing your homework, you're not doing this, then you're bad, or you're this. Like, you
I
understand
think
what I'm
there's
saying?
more.
Conditional
I think
love.
there's more
It's
to that
different
than
too,
just
Divine.
parents,
Like
too.
a lot of parents think they can just pay for your love.
That
I'm gonna
part
buy
right
you this.
there.
I'm gonna
That
take you
part.
on all these vacations, and that means I
Mhm.
love you. But then they treat you like
And buy
shit.
you
When you're done,
everything
can I
you
get it?
want, and then but
That
they don't give you that hugs and kisses, and they tell you I love you.
Yeah, me, you don't have to
You
do
know
much.
about that money.
I'm sure.
Montana said, "I'm easy."
Me, you don't have to do much. Just show,
Why is it floating up in the
just
air?
show up.
I
Just,
don't know.
just have fun with me.
So
Well, I
you
wish
don't
it
have
was
to
that
wash.
easy, though.
I
You don't
am
have to
personally,
cook
but
or wash
as
or
far as
none of
the
that.
kids
Huh?
go,
No, you got to do
Montana,
some
the
things.
goddamn. Hey,
Yeah, well,
the
it's
mic
supposed to be
is
a
floating.
50-50, you know.
Yeah, it's supposed to
But
be
people
The
don't
mic
look
is
at it
floating
like
up there,
they
Montana.
take
The
it
mic is
seriously
floating in
for
the
you.
air up
Mic
there.
is gone, bro.
The mic is
For me, y'all,
It's
my
on the
most of
ceiling.
my
Mike
relationships
is
have
in
been
the sky.
in my addiction, and
Where the
I
fuck
have
at?
I will be 16 months clean on the 25th of this
Oh.
month, and I don't have those relationships anymore.
Congratulations.
And that's not
Yes.
that's not yeah, but thank you, I appreciate that, but that wasn't for that. It was just, I'm just saying most of my relationships have been in addiction, and they've been abusive emotionally, mentally, physically. And until I was able to love myself, because that's where it starts with self-love. When I was able to love myself and get real with myself, I was able to change it. I'm not in a relationship today, and I choose not to be in one. I choose not to be in a relationship today, only because I'm still getting to love me. And
Amen.
and I'm tired of being beat up on. I'm tired of being talked shit to. I'm tired of having to answer to somebody like they were my father. You know, and like how I said, I didn't have a father growing up. My father was in my life, but not in my life. You know, like he was in my everyday affairs. He was in his own addiction, and I was so busy chasing him that, you know, I couldn't see what else was going on around me. And I ended up being with men that were in addiction, and men that were alcoholics, or men that were fucking always beating up on me and threatening me, or, you know, and I always wanted to see the best, you know, the best part of. I was in an 11-year relationship, abusive, the father of my kids, rest in peace, but he loved me so much, but he abused me also in his addiction. And that brings your self-esteem so he kicked me every time I was down, like, and I started to believe that I was all of these things. So then you start to think about, I don't have any other options. There's no place for me to go. I don't want to fail again in another relationship. I don't want people to talk about me because I can't keep a relationship, right? You know, so all of these relationships have been this way. I have been celibate for almost 18 months. And I am just loving me right now, like trying to get my shit together. I work in a good job. It's not that I don't need a man. I just don't want one right now. You know what I mean? I don't want one right now. And I'm okay with that. And today, and I've never been without a man. I've always had a motherfucking relationship, whether it be a man, a woman, it don't matter what the fuck it was. I've always had a relationship. And today I don't want one, and I'm okay with that. So, you know, but it took a lot for me to get there. And I'm so proud of me for the first time in my life. I'm so proud of me.
I'm proud of you too.
Girl, thank you. And the accomplishments that I have done so much in the last 16 months with my life. My whole life has been a 360, and my parents are proud of me. My father's been clean 20 years, and I've just been I've just been mad this whole time, you know, still being mad for nothing, you know. But so I finally had to get rid of all that anger, and God's still working on me. That's why I don't be trying to get into no shit in here, you know. And I feel like I got my own back now. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, you just, you need some whatever in your life. I don't need nothing in my life right now. I got everything I need right now. But that's what it is too. It's that fear of leaving. It's that fear of being by yourself. That fear of something happening to your kids. You ain't got nowhere to go. You know, and the narcissistic ass relationship. You know, it's a whole fucking cycle of abuse. And I'm so glad that I'm out of it now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
just
know?
want to give you a hug. I just want to give you a hug. I do too. I realize I want to give you. Oh my God!
You're so stupid. Y'all so stupid. I love y'all. Aw. People just don't understand those relationships until you're in them. You know, it's toxic.
Right.
It's toxic.
It is. It's serious. Oh, thank you for sharing that.
And until you make the choice to take the chance to make the change, it ain't
right.
You don't
everything's
never know
gonna stay
what
the same.
You don't never know what the next individual was going through.
Right.
Right.
It's hard to judge other people, you know.
To that point, and to the point that Divine made about
who's speaking. I can't hear somebody. Somebody put the microphone in somebody's hand.
I'm sorry, I don't have the microphone. Thank you.
Somebody, yeah.
Yours turned off, boo.
Let me see.
I got it. To the point of what Divine was saying and what y'all were saying about, you know, your parents' love and your self-esteem and all of that. We have to remember too, especially those of us that are parents, that your children's self-esteem is not only solely based on your treatment of them. They go to school, they're with kids every day. We need to remember to teach our children to love on each other, to treat each other correctly, to not be hateful and mean and bullying and pick on each other, because that shit will tear you down. I went through that my whole life, and I still struggle believing in myself. Sorry.
It's good. You good?
It's difficult to find if there even is a relationship that ain't toxic.
Right,
but
right.
Everybody decides to not work on it.
But we got to
Yeah,
do
that's
better as
crazy.
adults and
Everybody
as
is
parents and as
bullying.
humans.
You have to respect
Yeah.
each other.
And we gotta learn
It's
how
No,
to
you
treat
know, and
each
I was
other.
a fucked up
It's not
parent.
only
I was
the
a
women
fucked up
got
parent.
keep the kids.
My parents
The
suffered
men
because
got
of my kids suffered because of my
you suffer
addiction. It was
kids.
fucked up.
Well,
Mine
is
too,
still with me.
sunshine.
I'm
but
still
I
working
figured
on
it
that
out
though
by
with
the
mine,
last
you
one.
know?
I got 30-year-old grandkids that's staying with me. I said, damn, when are they gonna leave?
My daughter just started talking to me again. In the last 2 months, my daughter's been talking to me again. We talk, we have
Oh,
conversations.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you know how bad that
Jesus.
was. And she just now started answering my text message. She's told me she loves me 3 times this week, and I couldn't believe it. I fucking cried because I was like, man, you know,
I
because
wanna
they
give you a
suffer
hug
because of my
again.
addiction. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So everything they say about that is true. Like your kids depend on how you treat them and how they grow up and how you show them love. My daughter believed that I never loved her. And when I heard that, you know, when I was in my addiction, she was like, you know, you can't ever just listen to what I'm telling you. You always got some fucking defense for that. You know what I'm saying? So I just shut the fuck up and I listen. Because now I can
Yeah.
hear now that I'm not in myself and I'm not self-absorbed, I can hear what she's saying to me and honestly take that criticism and not be, you know, hurt by it, but because I'm the one who did the damage, you know. So yeah,
Right,
it's
'cause
fucked
there's a
up when
lot
I
of
see.
stuff they go through at school on the daily basis that
Oh yeah,
they
my
don't need
kids
it
are
when they
old.
come
My
home.
kids are older. My daughter just turned 33 today, and
Right.
my son will be
And my
36
oldest
this
two are
year.
out of school, but
Wow.
my daughter, he's been bullying her, and like I said, the one that just died in the last couple of weeks, I don't remember how he did it, but because people were bullying him at school. He was on the soccer team.
Wait, did I
Like,
mishear that? Did you say your son died?
no,
Oh,
somebody
I
in
was
our
like, oh my
community
god. I was like, how are you talking about that? and Not
from
crying. Okay, my
bullying.
bad.
So
I was like, damn,
Somebody in the
for real.
community.
it's
Yeah,
just
that's
it
sad.
just don't make any
That is
sense.
so sad.
No, you know what the saddest thing I heard the other day was there was a 7-year-old boy. I heard this was a while back. It happened though. It was a 7-year-old boy who was being bullied at school, and the kids hung him on the back, you know, by his jacket. They hung him on the back of the door in the stall in the
Yeah,
bathroom,
we
and
you
he
talking
couldn't stop, and they
talk
couldn't
about
he
that.
couldn't breathe, and he ended up almost. I think did he die? I think he died.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I think no, they
Wow.
did. He died. He died.
he died.
Choked on his own jacket on the door handle because they were
Oh
bullying
my
him.
God.
Terrible.
And they could have saved him, but the kids didn't want to tell, and then they told too late. And it was one of the most horrible fucking things I ever heard. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
that's
they
crazy.
waited
Because you
until
know
he died,
This is
these
and
bully
then
exactly
ass
what I'm
kids are
got
crazy,
somebody.
bro. Yeah,
That's
they waited until
exactly
he died
what
to get
that
help.
girl was talking
If
about.
we're talking about the same story, I don't think he died.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
he
he didn't die.
Okay.
There was no. If I'm talking
They
about the
saved
same
him.
story
Okay,
you're
yeah,
talking
I was
about, there
thinking he
was two
died, but I
kids
wasn't
and
sure if he died or not.
they were both.
That shit
I
was
don't need
crazy,
that
bro. That
shit.
they hung him on the
Not
back of
saying
the fucking, you know, just being
He
bullies.
must have
That shit's
almost
there were.
died.
Wow.
Yeah, he
There
almost
were
died.
two black
Yeah, he
kids
was.
that
He
did
was.
that. It was easy. It was easy to throw race in there, but it was two black kids that
we
shouldn't have
talking
been
about?
away from
I can't hear you.
monitoring. Where the fuck were the teachers at that they
What we
had
talking
time
about?
and a
No,
half
real
and about
shit. Yeah,
to
yeah. I didn't even know there was a race
like
thrown
and
in
like,
there. I just know it
hey,
was a bunch of kids. It was fucked
Yeah,
up.
like
to
you
They
to
can't call
give
it
you some insight
racist.
on this story, my best
Yeah,
friend,
yeah. Talk
her
right here, closer.
sister, yeah, my
There you
okay, I
go.
need that. Fuck,
Yeah.
whatever.
There you go.
There you go, Playboy.
Yeah, here I
I
go.
don't
What's
want
There
to
you
up,
take the
go.
mic because
everybody?
I'm going to go on
So
like lamb chops.
Montana.
that story that you're
Oh,
talking about, my best friend since high
This
school,
the one that was
her
floating around.
sister's best friend, that's her child. So that's how close that is to me.
thank
They were
you.
both
I
black.
reset the
Mm.
world.
And
Okay.
they should have been monitored in the school. They weren't, and somehow they had time in the bathroom, and whatever happened, it was some racist stuff going on, like, oh, I'm gonna hang you like they used to do back in the day, but it was two black
Oh
kids. So how
wow.
do you justify that? Thank
Yeah.
God he's okay. He survived
Yeah.
and he's healing, but it just brings about, more questions, and it doesn't help that social media is just spiraling out of fucking control
No,
and
for real.
Social
automatically
media is
jump
a
into
hot
race when it was
mess.
two fucking black kids. So it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Please
Y'all
tell
can
me
talk.
Can I
there
say
are
It's
something?
really
account-
about
Go
what
ahead,
nationality
Solutions.
you are.
Yeah.
Because
Y'all know I'm a little social butterfly and all that shit. I be chilling. I be drunk too. I don't give a fuck. But
he said I be drunk too, but I don't give a fuck.
you like a
Period.
damn fool. Go ahead. But
Go
but
ahead.
nah, look. When I was a youngin', you know what I'm saying? Like growing up being a lesbian and shit, like I used to get bullied a lot, bro. Growing up, hearing stories about people that are a part of my community getting killed and shit. You hear me? I couldn't come out and be myself. You hear me?
Yeah.
You
I
had that on
was,
top of everything else.
huh?
Because you had that on top of your race.
Well, when I was a kid, I wasn't thinking about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But being trying to come out the closet, it was real fucking hard. You had your family against you. You had people out in the outside world against
Yeah,
you.
in community.
I used to get motherfucking punched, verbally bullied, all of that shit. I went through some mental shit, emotional shit, all that shit, just because I was trying to be myself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody shouldn't
Mhm.
stop you from being yourself.
Well, see, I have a
Big
grandson.
fucking facts.
It's hard enough
Well,
just being in the
solution.
world.
I
Shit.
have a grand.
I love
Come
you
here, come here,
anyway.
come here, come here,
I
baby.
have a
Come here, baby.
grandson,
Can
and
I
he
take
came
them
and
off?
he told me, he said, Granny,
How do you do
he
this,
said,
guys?
I'm
It's
like,
like
Come
I'm
on,
not
you
he
know
sure.
I
said,
love
is your
you.
Hi,
You know I love
y'all.
you.
He said,
True.
I came
I
in
don't
on
know. I
the
said, well, how you know you
Come here,
gay?
last part of
Solutions.
the conversation. Are we talking
Whatever,
about
he's
I
not
love
bullying?
gay
you.
now, but we
We're
accept him, you know, because
Well,
he's my grandson. We all love him to death.
huh?
You know, we
Yeah.
all support him, go to his little gay parties
emotionally
and everything, you know, but
traumatic,
it's
no,
how
toxic
you treat a
situation
person.
I don't know if
and
I
stuff.
should even
People, I don't
Nah.
care
disclose
what
that,
they,
Yes, you
but
did.
black,
Yes, you
white,
yes,
green,
yes,
purple,
you should.
gay,
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna let it
should.
Asian,
go because I
whatever,
don't.
You
you
got to
You
know,
get
said we
stuff
talking
out,
about
you just have to
emotional,
and we can get
emotionally
stuff out in here.
traumatic
So it's all right.
situations.
We talk
Ain't
about
nobody
everything,
jumping.
girl.
Who cares? Ain't nobody gonna. Somebody gonna
Oh,
come and judge,
I was
judge
just
you for
like
something.
to
That's their
say
business.
some of this
But you,
thing, some of
you
these
release something
things
from your
come
heart
from
today.
unhealed people
All
raising
right. So don't
unhealed
worry about what
I
people.
nobody got
love
to
you,
say.
Most
Lulu. I
definitely.
like
And I
Okay.
also think for
And
me,
I
I'm in
love
the
you. I
education
love.
field.
I
I
really
feel
do.
like it takes a whole
Aw.
community to be there for a child,
can't hug
and it
you enough.
starts at home.
yeah.
And it's so sad that these kids are not receiving that. So they become bullies to get validations
Get
from their
closer.
friends.
That.
So it
Mhm.
really just sucks. And
That's what we say. It takes a village.
it really
Yeah.
does, because even when
Mhm.
you like even talk to be an educator, they tell you
Thanks,
it
you
takes
guys.
a village. It takes your
Mhm.
community. It takes your household. It takes your teachers. It
Yeah.
takes everything, it's everyone. So I think
Yeah.
it starts at home, or even you just being a good person to a kid, because I'm not a parent, but I make sure every kid I'm coming across, I say something positive to them.
Amen.
Yeah.
If they got the
Amen.
Yes.
talent, I dig into that. I don't care if it's my niece's best friend. I'm a root her on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
saying, if y'all see a kid, just giving them a positive message, because if you don't, you
They
never
need
know
you
if
in
they're
their
getting
corner.
that. They
But
they
they
not
have,
getting that. And
but they
the
have,
the craziest part I want to say is that it's coming from, I'm seeing a lot of it come from millenniums too. And it's just like, y'all, we got to be better. I see it so much. It's like they want to be a kid friend, and they don't want to be too hard. They
Right.
don't want
They
to
want
be
to be
too
their
nice. They're
friend.
like in the middle, yeah. So they think
Right.
everything they do is like cool, or their parents don't take the bullying too serious. And now the kid feel like my parent not taking it serious, so it must not be
I'm just
important.
off
And they go into
myself.
these
Yeah.
mental breakdowns. Like, one of the words that's trending now in our school is depression. If you got a sad look on your face, the kid's gonna be like, "Oh, he's depressed." I'm like, why is this word trending? I said, what if
Maybe
the
they're
kid
just
is
having a
just
bad
sad?
day.
and they have
Exactly.
some,
Yeah.
Exactly.
they have
Right.
some very disrespectful little kids out here.
They
I don't know
do.
where they
They
get
And
really
them
when you,
from, but
do.
Y'all don't
as
see it on the
some of
damn
them.
on
parental,
MetaQuest?
Until I get your
Sure.
I
booty all
had
up in
one
my
on
face.
It
MetaQuest to
happens.
tell me,
Yeah, it
I'm
happens.
gonna call. She went and called her mama. I said, well, go call your mama
It
because I'm gonna
happens
whoop your
here
mama's
too.
ass just because you're so disrespectful.
Buddy.
That. It ain't
and
their
as
fault. It's their
parents,
mama's fault.
though, we have to understand too that our behavior is a reflection, like their behavior is a reflection of our behavior. If we're
Yes.
telling
That's right.
them not to go to
Amen.
school and make fun of this kid and not to go to school and pick on this person, and then they see us talking shit about the next person, what are they
That.
learning? They're learning that
There,
what I'm
that's
doing is not
Exactly.
literally
cool.
called, that's
Exactly.
literally a
Exactly.
technique. That's literally a technique that we're
Hypocrite.
taught, and it's called modeling behavior. So they literally picking that up. It's a learned behavior. Everything that they know is from their parents. They're literally
Yeah.
watching you from like a little kid, right? From an infant. They're watching you the way
Right.
you
Even
move,
if
the
you
way you
don't think they
talk,
are.
how you do, how you
Yeah,
have your
and they smart as
friendships.
hell right out the
Mm-hmm.
womb.
And you got to
Mhm.
understand too that kids are like sponges.
Do
So
you
they
think that
take in what they see.
it's hard for another person to break generational curse?
It's gonna be very hard and it's gonna be very uncomfortable. I'm going through that right now. Like I'm the first everything in my family, right? And
Aw.
protecting yourself comes off like you're being cocky or you setting boundaries. You think you too much, but you're protecting yourself, and that's
Yes,
okay. You make
it
it room
is.
for you because I think breaking generational curses is all about putting yourself first.
Yeah.
So
It is, and making
you
those
can do it, but
boundaries.
it's uncomfortable. It's very
And it's
uncomfortable, but you can do it. You want to be uncomfortable or you want to be a secure, healed version of yourself.
for me that
You know
I
that.
How
Well,
do
you
you
know the perfect
can y'all hear
example.
How do
me?
you become
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, Miss Pinky, a little bit.
yeah, okay.
But I was saying for me, I'm 52, right? And all my life I've been around, I was raised into negativity. My mom
Mhm.
was an alcoholic. My father was on drugs. I was molested from the age of 9 to the age of 17. This wasn't somebody that was outside of the family. This was somebody that's married to my right now. And we was taught, we was raised into an environment where you don't do anything to hurt your family. And we hear this thing, do as I say and not as I do. And now at 52,
Yeah.
I'm
stays in
still
the house.
learning. I'm still learning how to be an adult by saying no. To when she was saying about generational curse, I battles that every day at 52 because what I was taught was wrong. And even with learning the word of God, if we being raised a particular way, we feel that this is the way God want us to live when that's wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm
Follow your
saying? So you
Yeah.
father.
you got grown people, parents, mothers battling trying to raise kids, broken parents raising broken kids. So you have to be around positive people that's going
Yes.
somewhere. You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know,
And I
Yeah.
tell my son and my daughter that a friend gonna tell you the truth, even if it hurt.
Yes.
That
Friend,
part.
if a friend see you doing something and they know it's going to a dead end and they do nothing, that's not your friend.
They ain't your
Because
Yes.
and the
friend.
reason why I say that because I always wonder. I had a uncle that was on drugs, and I was taught that he was started drugs before my father. But as I heard the story from my father introduced him to drugs. So the thing, like I was telling my son and my daughter, I want them to know about family, generational things that went on in the family, because we taught to walk over the rug. We don't want to talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
What
my
they say, what
grand
stays in
uncle
that,
so and
what's
so
under
was
the
a
household,
predator.
stay in there, something like that.
Yeah.
right,
And we
Yeah.
wasn't taught that, we don't want to talk about Uncle so and so was a predator, where he would take you to the store and his dick hanging out his pants,
Yeah,
and
man,
nobody
they
would say
want to keep
anything.
that shit a motherfucking
So
secret.
yeah,
Like, bro,
they want you to
what the
keep it
fuck?
secret, and then they wondering why the kids are struggling. And I had to tell my aunt, she don't even talk to me, and I had to tell her, you getting mad at me when your husband molested me. I was a child. I was 9 for a long time, and in 25 going through a divorce 2 times. I had to take my power back because I thought love meant hurting me, because that's what I was raised into. When I understand what love really meant, I had to take my power back, and I said I would not be disrespected by nobody, because I seen my aunt be disrespected 20, 30 years, this man leaving me with his other family on Sunday. And I thought that was normal. So you're looking at a 52-year-old woman trying to learn who she is and what's best for her. And what's best for her is different from what the family has taught her. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to tell somebody that was in a place where I'm at, don't look at your age and say it's too late to change. You can change, and it could be
Amen.
something that nobody in your family gonna ever get to, but you got to know where you going at. So every day I
And
have to get
see,
up and say, Sean, I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to wait till I get cancer to realize I wasted my whole life on sorry men. I didn't do anything with my kids, and other people had to raise them. So I battles that.
Me
Praise
too.
the
Me
Lord.
too.
Well, you know what?
Me
So-
too.
I am 79 years old, and I'm trying to get to know this new generation and shit. but they're very arrogant because when I was small, we used to get our ass whooped. Go outside and get me a speech, which I'm gonna get my ass whooped, and everything, and we had to keep everything in the house. And I was raped at 3 years old from my family's friend members,
My
But I
God.
put that all behind me, and because they all dead now, but I'm still here, Everybody
Mhm.
I know, all my friends and everything is gone, but I'm still here, and I thank God for that,
Can I
I
say
have,
And
something?
I have 5
yeah, I wanted
kids,
to say
30
something on what you said too.
grandkids,
See, I
and
wanted to
15
piggyback on
great
something you said.
grandkids. Okay,
Well,
go
Yeah.
ahead.
let Money finish.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
are.
I say I have 5 kids, 30 grandkids, and 15 great grandkids,
My God,
and
bless.
they all trying to keep me bigger, doing things, going to the casino, going to clubs, going
Yeah,
to, I don't party with them. I
yeah,
stay mostly at my house, and I, have all my functions at my house. But
yeah.
I'm trying to realize this. I don't know all this computer shit and all that, but this new generation is, oh, they they are
It's
something
something
else.
else. He's something else. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say. There's something else.
What you want to say, C?
I just want to say also I'm sorry you went through that, Money.
Oh, don't
Um
be sorry, honey. It's
but
done.
you know what, because it sucks, and it's always somebody close to the family, and that sucks even worse because I really just think a lot of this goes on because of people being in traumatized environments or broken environments, and you either have a choice to like what we were talking about, like to start digging in on yourself, or like you repeat the cycles, you know what I'm saying? But that takes a lot of strength, and that do take a lot of work and support, and you do need to be surrounded by people that's going to support you, and
Yes,
that's
yes.
really just the truth, because I went through things, and it's just like I had to be like, oh no, I got to choose myself, right? It's
Yes,
like
yes.
I understand you said what stays in this household. I was like, nah, lady, I'm calling the police. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And that was me at a young age. I had my mom in a whole situation. We went to court and everything. And the judge was like, that's right, young lady. I already, I was like, no, thank you. Right. And that was my first time, like, very advocating for myself, you know. And I think that takes a lot of strength. And from, I think, 16 on out, I was just like, I know that I got to do things for myself. How do I want my life to live? Because it comes to a decision,
How old are
them
you
or
now?
you. I am 33.
Okay.
I am 33. And I'm taking my time, like with my life. At first, I was just in such a rush for everything,
Look
but
like
I'm
people
like,
in their
you
30s supposed to be
Montana.
living their best
Yeah.
life,
yes, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. And you know what?
Oh no, you good.
You
You
got
good.
a lot of people in your family
No,
that's
thank
gonna
you.
be like, oh, well, she thinks
We'll
she
talk.
that, or she
We'll
think
talk.
this because you're trying to elevate yourself. Whether that looks like
All
going
right
through
now.
therapy, spending time in nature,
No, I was wrong. What's that? Is
meditating,
she talking?
writing, you gotta do what's best
Oh.
for you. And that's how you start to heal. Even my therapist told me that. She said you gotta start making decisions for you. Things you didn't get in your childhood, it sucks, but you literally have to start giving that to yourself if you want
That's
to
right.
heal. It can't
Yeah.
come from nobody else. If you mad at your mom, you gotta let that go.
Yeah.
Your mom don't even know why you mad
Yeah.
at her. And I
had
didn't
to
know
learn
like
that at
what it meant
35.
to be like secure and everything like that. She's like, you mad at your mom for something and she don't know, and you still holding on to that. I said, yo, you telling the truth. She said,
Right.
I said, you know what? I have to give that to myself. And once I
Yeah.
started giving that to myself, I was like, I'm a whole new person.
That's right.
And you know
So
what,
I
CC? When you said that about my mother, because something that I had to learn, my mom, when I was born, my mom and my father was separated. And I
Mhm.
always seen the drunk part of the mom. I didn't see the good
Mhm.
part when my sister seen. But when my mom got cancer, it
Mhm.
gave me a choice. Even though she allowed me to go through what she allowed me to go through, sometimes we look for people to do something more when they don't know nothing.
Yep.
And what I'm
Yep.
saying is, my mother, by my mom going through cancer, and I would hear her story, of why she drank. She was being
Mhm.
molested not by one of her brothers, but two of her brothers. So it was a
Yeah.
repeating
That's right.
process where she
Yep.
couldn't save me because she was broken. You get
And
what
this
I'm
is why I
saying?
say it's all
That's it,
model
Miss Pinky.
behavior. Like,
Yeah.
and I hate that everything seems so textbook, but by me going through like the whole thing to be where I'm at, it literally says that from infant on up, we are modeling who raised us. So
Mhm.
if your
All
mom
right.
wasn't equipped by her mom, she's not going to be
Mhm.
able to equip you. And it really sucks because
Yes.
it's like, when does it stop? And you said, no, this stops here. I'm not going to do that with
Yeah.
my kids. And that's how
Yes.
you move forward for real.
But you
So
know,
Yeah.
everybody
And
has
then
a
you can give your
story.
kids everything that you didn't have. Because I have a daughter, she's 33, and she be doing some things like, I know I didn't do this. You know, when I had kids, I was always cautious when it came down to my kids because I realized that a molester is not looking at you. He has in his mind when he's going to touch that child. So if he have to be with you for 5 years to get to that child, he already sees
That's what
when
it's
he
gonna
gonna
do,
violate
yep.
her. You know what I'm saying? So I had to realize with my mom, God allowed me because sometimes we don't never know how prayer, and I don't want to get biblical in here, but we can
I
always
do.
pray, but we don't always know what it's gonna, because we pray, we don't know how God gonna give us the prayer. And it
Yeah.
took my mama getting cancer to realize, even though I had hatred in my heart for her, I felt when that doctor told us that she had 6, he said, if she make it to 6 months, I never had anybody with this type of cancer to live 6 months. I say 30 days because it's so aggressive. Immediately right then, my mom began to, I had a choice. Let her stay over here in this environment and she die and go to hell. Or I take my mom in and take care of her. Of course I did. I took it in.
Yes.
But I had to realize that my mom gave all she can give. And that's something that we got. We say we
Yes.
love God. There's one thing that we got to start giving people is love. And you could be the only God that they see. But the way you
Yes.
treat them, tell them, okay, you know what? Because that's what I had. I had to be around positive people that showed me that love was not hurting me. They learned to love the hell out of me, even when I was in my dark place. You get what I'm saying? I was a functional addict. I wasn't on the corner, but I was a functional addict. I went to work. I didn't stand on. I had a private small group. You get what I'm saying? But God put people in my life to minister to right where I was at. And they taught me how to not only love me, but love my kids. I would watch them sit down. We never sat down at the table and prayed and eat together because my mom always moved. So we had to go and stay with other aunts. And I was telling my aunt, now I was raised with nothing, but I got more than any one of my cousins that had both parents. I have properties. I have a business. I work. I got a business. And this is what I told my aunt. All those conversations that I heard y'all say, that I was never going to amount to nothing, that I was going to be like my mom. I was going to be in prison the rest of my life. I had to tell them that I overcome that. You know what I'm saying? I look at people. That's why you can never look at somebody and say they can't change, because people can change, but they got to have a reason to change. You get what I'm saying? So,
My
and they gotta
bottom
want to
line is-
change.
My bottom line is everybody has a story. And
Yes.
we all complain, but there's always somebody that's in worse condition than us.
Yes.
But that's true.
They don't have no